Here we go. Take 3, YouTube. Jesus Christ, man. I've gotten through this. I almost finished this episode. What is happening now? I don't even know. Y'all get to see stuff behind the scenes, man. It just, it's so tough. Running a podcast is not easy. As you can see, the production value is going up. We've moved the lighting source. We've moved the mic. We've moved the camera. Things are gonna get better and better. I told y'all before, man. This might be the pinnacle for a while though. Until I get my other booth built. We're working on building a booth right now. We're coming up with the plans and buying the materials and stuff, and then we're gonna put the booth up. When we put the booth up, the booth is gonna be almost soundproof. It's not gonna be quite soundproof. This booth right here is not soundproof at all. It's just acoustically treated. Go figs, right? So YouTube, before we start the podcast, the reason why I'm addressing you directly is because I don't have the recording software going yet for the podcast. Just know that y'all can find the podcast. If you want to just listen to the audio, you can find it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. All right. But I do enjoy the fact that y'all come here to listen to and watch the podcast on YouTube. Just know that I'm not going to be editing anything on the videos. I like that personal feel of the videos for the podcast because I feel like you guys know me. And if you don't know me, I want y'all to know me a little bit better. So you'll get to know who I am through the little mistakes and the quirky stuff that I do between takes and stuff like that. So just so y'all know, with a little bit of transparency, I've recorded twice already today. The first time I tried to record this episode, I got to like 15, 16 minutes. And then I was like, I don't like the way this is going. Let me start over. Second time, I got to 30 minutes. And then the camera actually ran out of space because I didn't delete the videos from the recently deleted folder. So the space was still being taken up on the phone. And yeah, because I use my iPhone for this. And if you know anything about the iPhone, for some stupid reason, you delete something and it sends it to recently deleted, but it's still the same amount of data being taken up on your phone as it was before. And it's like, bruh, I deleted this because I want it gone. I don't want it to be in this folder that says recently deleted. Get rid of it. So I had 22 videos in the recently deleted folder because I always do hella takes of videos when they're planned out videos. If it's spontaneous, I don't do more than one take, but if it's planned out like a podcast, I record it several times, bro, because I mess up or something like that. So yeah, 22 videos I had to delete. So I deleted them now. Everything should be good. I should be able to record as long as I want. It's not going to be a super long episode. I'm trying to not keep any episodes super long, so that's going to be a plus for you guys. One more thing too, I announced on Twitter that going forward, I'm not going to be talking about actual news. So the fight, I'm not going to say the actual word, the fight that's going on across the water, and stuff like what I talked about last week, the missing people. I'm not going to be talking about stuff like that unless I absolutely have to. If it's one of those situations where it's something so big that if I don't talk about it, it's disrespectful, then I'll talk about it. But otherwise, we're not going to be talking about stuff like that. So what we're going to do here from now on this podcast is talk about weird news, just things I find to be like, whoa, type news or conspiracies. Like that's it. We're not going to be talking about any of that other stuff, man. No actual news from CNN and nah, bro. We good. So, yeah, now that I've gotten all that off my chest, if you are new to the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at KTJ. And let's go and get into this podcast episode. Let's do this intro. Let's warm up. Let's have a little bit of Diet Coke. 0 calories. Huh? Low calorie lifestyle. All right. Let's do this. Yo, what's good? Podcast world. It's your boy KTJ. Welcome and welcome back to the KTJ podcast. I should just say welcome because we got 0 listens on the podcast on podcast apps. It doesn't even make me sad. You know why? Because the YouTube channel is supporting the podcast. And I haven't promoted the podcast anywhere yet. As a podcast on any podcast apps. I haven't been anywhere except Twitter, which those are my YouTube subscribers. So they just go to YouTube. It's all good. Podcast is not monetized yet, so I ain't tripping. If y'all keep going to YouTube, if we keep growing on YouTube, I'm all for it. Whatever is weather, whatever is fairer. So yeah, we got. Oh, I gotta tell y'all first though. All right, so there wasn't a podcast last week. Here's the reason why. My son, my 12-year-old son, who will be 18 in 5 and change years, bro. It's so weird. He got into a little accident on the school bus. It wasn't like a school bus wreck or anything, but something happened on the school bus. I don't want to go into it, legal details. And he ended up breaking his hip. So he had to have surgery. And that happened on the day I was supposed to do the podcast. And so because of that, I was in contact with him all day. I don't live near him, so I had to just be on the phone, texting, stuff like that all day, just to keep up with him in the surgery and that type of stuff. He's doing fine, by the way. He's already on crutches and using a walker to walk around. Like, he's literally walking. He has a plate and screws in his hip, but he's walking, like, with help, obviously, but he's not in a wheelchair, which blows my mind. So yeah, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Talk to him almost every day, and I'm going to see him tomorrow. So yeah. But yeah, at that time I was extremely worried because he was going into surgery. That's my boy. That's my firstborn. So I was just, my head wasn't in the game. He's fine now though. So podcast up. My baby girl, who is still in my wife's belly, I felt her move a couple weeks ago for the first time, and I almost cried. I actually did cry. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I cried a little. You know what I'm saying? I put my hand on her stomach, and I felt a little elbow or knee or something hit me, and I was like, I tried to hold it in too. I was just smiling at first. Had to turn my head. It was like the tears falling. My baby girl, man. So yeah, baby girl's gonna be here in less than 3.5 months. Ooh. In 2 weeks, she's gonna be 2 months and change away from being here. Oh, that's crazy, bruh. That's crazy, bro. Ooh, another child, baby girl. So ready, bro. I'm so impatient too. It's crazy. But we got some fun stories today. Fun stories. We have a fun story, which is it's not fun. It's heartwarming. It's very positive. It's heartwarming. And then we have a discussion about some weirdness. And then we had a conspiracy. That's our format going forward. We're going to have like crazy stories. We're going to have weird stories, odd stories. We're going to be talking about things that aren't going to get you all pissed off and all that. The conspiracy might piss some of y'all off today. Depends on what side of it you fall on. So, yeah, that should be a fun discussion in the comments of YouTube. I can't wait. So, let's start with the first story. The heartwarming story of a corgi. You know what a corgi is, right? The little dog with the big ears and the little tiny legs. It fell overboard off a 65-foot yacht in Florida into the Indian River. Corgi's name was Jessica. It was 1 year old. And she fell off of a 65-foot yacht into the Indian River. That's it for our heartwarming story. No, I'm just playing. So, you would think, Indian River, tiny little dog. They looked for her. They sent out 2 boats and couldn't find her. You would think, oh, the dog's drowned then. Dog has little tiny legs. It can only go for so long, bro. It's no way. Wrong. This dog swam 7 miles and saved itself. 7 miles in the Indian River. Swam onto shore, went in somebody's yard. The owner of the home called Called the owners of the dog. They came and got the dog. Dog's fine. 7 miles as a corgi, bruh. Them legs are so tiny. A corgi has puppy legs, all right? In case you don't know, you really don't know what a corgi looks like. A corgi is one of those really little adorable dogs. They're usually pretty pudgy. They got big ears and really short legs. And they're kind of fluffy looking. You wouldn't think a dog like that could swim 7 miles, bruh. Come on now. 7 miles? You wouldn't even think a corgi can walk 7 miles without being too tired. My dog, his big ass, if he fell in the river off a yacht, he dead. And I'm not even joking. I wish I was joking. I'm not kidding. If he fell off a yacht into a river, and the only way he was going to save himself would be to swim 7 miles, he would die. He would die in less than 5 minutes. His panic meter would go off so hard that he would not survive. You would not be able to jump in the water and save him either, because his panic meter would be off the charts. You could throw something in the water and hope that he bites it and you can pull him in, or try to get a donut around him or something like that. But you can't go in there after him. He would kill you trying to get out. He can't do it. And he's a 70, 75 pound dog. He could not do it. He couldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He could. He wouldn't. He panics from the wind. My dog is a coward. He panics from the wind. He was born in the wild, bruh. He was growing up in the wild when we found him and rescued him. Panics. I can't take him. Listen, I can't take my dog outside on a leash. Take him off the leash. Take 2 steps away from him without him panicking. If I go outside, take him off the leash, he's going to run and play. But if I move from where I was when I let him off the leash, he will panic. He will panic. We've never abandoned him, ever. We've never looked like we were going to abandon him. He's never been in a place where he wasn't loved. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He will panic. We have a pen outside with a doghouse in it. The only reason he doesn't go in the doghouse in the pen is because he can't see us if he goes in the doghouse. Because the doghouse is a fancy one we spent a lot of money on, and it took me a lot of time to put it together. You have to go into it and go around this little wall where there's like a bigger space where he can just be in there. He could stand up in it. He could do whatever because it's that big. He won't go in. He'll stick his head in. Like, I put a trail of food in it. So he ate the food up to the point where he couldn't see no more. Once he got to that point where he couldn't look outside the doghouse no more, he stopped and came back out and left the food in there, and a squirrel or something ate it. That food sat in there for months, and squirrels were eating it. Like, he would not do it. He wouldn't touch it. He won't go in. He'll go in the pen because from the pen, he can still see everybody. But even then, once he goes in the pen, if you go back inside the house like we usually do, he will panic. He panics until eventually he just gets tired and he lays there in the pen. And it's like, bruh, you have water, you have food, you have toys, you're under a tree with shade, you're comfortable. We're watching you, and you know we are because you can see us through the window. What is your problem? He has to be outside, though. We got to let him go out and run. He's too big to be stuck in the house all day. But we know that if we leave him outside of the pen, he's a panic machine. There's no telling what he would do to somebody if somebody came walking by the yard and he's not in the pen, because he panics over everything. And we don't want him to like panic and bite somebody or something like that, because then, you know, he had to be put down or something, especially in this area. And it's just, we wouldn't be able to live with ourselves with that. But he's scared of everything, bro. But we have to make him be out there. We have to. He's too big. He's gonna be up in here stiff, and we're allergic to dogs, but we can't just get rid of him. We're allergic to him. So he can't be inside all day. Like on the super cold days, obviously he has to be in here. But when it's like in the 50s and 60s, he's outside, bro. You got to be outside so we can breathe. I have asthma. Our new baby's probably going to have asthma. My son has asthma. Like, I really hope my new baby don't have asthma. They need to get their mom's lungs. But my wife is allergic to him. She doesn't have asthma, thank God, but she's allergic to him. So, yeah. I got into a whole spiel about my dog. He's an idiot, but he's my idiot. So, yeah. That's why I feel like this story was crazy. Like, it all ties back in. I didn't just go on a ramble about that. My dog wouldn't be able to do it. That's why I find it just insane. Like, 7 miles for a corgi, bro. Let me know if y'all's dog could do that. 7 miles. It's crazy. So, speaking of animals in the water, let's talk a little bit about octopi and jellyfish. All right, so one of the most fascinating animals on the planet, maybe the most fascinating animal on the planet, is an immortal jellyfish. This thing is literally immortal unless it's murdered. And in order for you to murder it, you really gotta you gotta eat it. Like, you gotta be a shark and eat the damn thing in order for it to actually die, because it's immortal. If it gets injured, it repairs itself. If it gets sick, it repairs itself. It doesn't die from things, bro. It won't just die. There's no old age. It doesn't just die. It has to be killed in order for it to die, which is what immortal is, because it doesn't mean invincible. It just means it won't die from natural causes. It won't. That's insane. And the fact that these things exist and we know they exist, y'all not going to tell me that these jellyfish haven't been used in some sort of experiment already, bro. You know they've been using experiments on humans, bro. Come on, man. Come on, stop playing with me. You know that they've isolated what makes this jellyfish immortal, and they've somehow tried to connect it to human DNA. I'm not saying they've succeeded yet, but you know that they've tried it already, bro. Come on now. They've tried to see if they can bind this thing, whatever it is, to human DNA and get an immortal human. You know they've tried it already, bro. You know they've tried it already. I was going to talk about octopus, but I feel like people have overdone the octopus. You know, I feel like people talk about octopus way too much. So we're going to skip the octopus. We just want to talk about this jellyfish and what are the possibilities with this jellyfish. So if you have this jellyfish in your possession, you're a scientist and you're working with like genetics and, you know, you're working on DNA synthesizers and whatnots. One of the things that you don't think you would try to run some simulations, some tests and stuff like that on human DNA, trying to isolate and combine whatever makes this jellyfish immortal with human DNA and seeing if it sticks? You wouldn't try that? I definitely would. First of all. Second of all, I would definitely consider, if they ever got it right, I would definitely consider being one of the subjects as a human. Let me tell you why, and let me tell you my stipulations. The reason is because I don't like thinking about mortality, first of all. But second, because that's not even the reason. Like, everybody goes at some point. I'm not tripping about that. The main reason is because I want to see the world. I want to see where the world is in 1,000 years. I want to see where the world is in 100. I want to see what happens on this planet and how far we take technology and how cool everything is. And when the aliens decide to just reveal themselves in full force, I want to be there. I want to see it. Do I think that if it's successful on me, that I would get experimented on? Yes. But if it's a big ass program that they went public with, then they already know it works because they've already done it. And they don't have to experiment on the people that get it done. You know what I'm saying? You're already an experiment, first of all. Second of all, the government isn't going to take you in and experiment on you because they already have the first people that it worked on. They're not going to take you too. So I definitely feel like, yeah, I can see myself doing that because I'm too curious about the world, about the future of the world. Secondly, I have a stipulation that if I were to do it, my family would also have to do it. Because the thing is with the jellyfish, its superpower, it erases the defects. So like if it ages, it gets rid of everything that makes it age. So it never ages. Aging is just your body getting older, and it's actually not optimal anymore. So basically that jellyfish eliminates aging because it doesn't age, because aging is like damage, it's like wear and tear. Jellyfish don't wear and tear. It's immortal. Don't get older. It's only older by number, bruh. So I would love for, if I was going to have it, I would need my wife to get it. I would need my kids to get it. And I feel like also that if you got this thing and you were like 70 years old, it would take you to your prime, right? It would take you to your prime physique, whatever your best was or could be. It would just take you there because it's repairing you. It's getting rid of the fat, getting rid of all the excess. Whatever you carry is just going to turn you into a specimen, bro. You're going to be like, yes, sir. You know what I mean? And I feel like it would do the same thing if you were young, like a say you like 9 years old, right? And you get this done. It's going to make you look like eventually, like it'll probably be a slow burn, obviously, because you got to grow. But it'll take you up till you're like where you're supposed to be when you finish growing, and it'll happen relatively quicker, like way quicker. Probably over the course of a couple years, you'd age and in size, like 10 years. You know what I mean? And I do feel like that would hurt because your body would be growing so much faster than it should be. But at the same time, they could put an age limit on it where you can only get the stuff if you are 18. You're done growing, basically. You only, like, if you're growing, you growing for another couple years. And so they give it to you, and it's like, well, I grew another inch. Took me a few months. Took me a day. Whatever. It doesn't matter because your body repairs. So if you did grow an inch in a day, it hurt for a little bit, but your body repairs. So it's fine. It's totally 100% fine. And I just feel like everybody that I love would have to also get it. Because I'm not trying to see people go. Like if I'm going to be immortal, I need the people I love to be immortal too. Because I don't want to see people that shouldn't be dying around me die. I don't want to see that. Don't want to see it. I would want my parents to get it. I would want my immediate family to get it. I would want my family to get it, my wife and my kids. I would want everybody I love to get it. Everybody I love. Otherwise, no. I don't even want one person that I love to not get it. I want everybody to be on board. And here's the craziest thing about it. I've asked people this question before. I'm like, would you get it? Would you do this? Would you go and have this done if you knew you could live forever as long as nobody murdered you? Every time I ask that question, people say no. Every single time. And then I say, well, what if your whole family, everybody you loved, could also get it? They always say no. And then I say, why not? And they say just no. They don't have a reason. Nobody ever really has a reason why they say no. If everybody you love can get this thing and live forever as long as y'all aren't murdered, I do not see a reason to not get it. Like you would live to the end of the earth, basically. And even then, if whatever impacted the earth didn't kill you, as in didn't impact you, and splat your ass, you would still be alive in space. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm taking that deal if I can. Like, living to the end of time, bro. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, bro. Maybe I'm weird. But that's just how I feel. I'm taking that, bro. If all my family does it with me, I'm taking it. If everybody I love does it with me, I'm taking it. Imagine being able to just live, even though you're in space. You know what I'm saying? Your body just says, you know what? You can't breathe out here, so we're going to just shut your lungs down. You ain't got to worry about that because you don't need them. They're going to be here, though, in case you land somewhere where you need some oxygen, but you don't need to breathe because you're immortal. You don't need to breathe out here. You good. Just go ahead. Float. Eventually, you're going to land somewhere. You probably be like, well, you're going to land on Jupiter or Saturn and be crushed by the gravity. That shit is going to hurt. That's going to hurt. And I say to that, you are right. But what if you don't? What if you don't? What if you just keep it pushing? What if you just keep it pushing? You end up floating for 1,000,000 years. Say you floating for 1,000,000 years, right? And you freeze. So then you're still alive, but because you're immortal, but you're not conscious. So then eventually you thaw out and it's like, where the hell am I? And you realize you're in a different solar system. And you land on a planet. You get lucky. Like, yes, this is all 100% luck. You land on a planet where there's life. And then there you go. You and your family get to start anew on another planet. And then you just stay there until the same thing happens again, bruh. I mean, I get it. I really do understand. Like, I'm probably just making up rules as I go because being in space probably would kill you. Like, that's something killing you. That's not, your body wouldn't be able to repair from that. So you probably would be dead if something hit Earth. You know what I mean? So take away everything I just said, but being able to live to the end of the Earth, right? And then the Earth dies somehow. And that's it for you. It's it for everything. And it's probably instant. Depending on what it is that killed the Earth, it's probably instant, bro. If something blew the Earth up, you died immediately with the Earth. Like, you ain't surviving that at all. Like, you ain't gonna have a second to be like, oh, it hurts. No, you out of here. If the sun gets too close and starts burning the Earth up, you a wrap too immediately. You probably gonna die before the Earth does in that case, if the sun is what's killing you. So, I don't know. I would take it. I would take the deal. Okay. I would take the deal. That gives me another question for next episode. Hold on, let me write this down. Let me type it up. That's going to be a good question next week. So that brings us to the conspiracy of the episode. So the conspiracy this week is flat Earth. I know y'all saw it in the title and you probably rolled your eyes and was like, I'm going to talk about no god dang flat Earth. Listen, I don't want to talk about it either. Thank y'all for watching. I'm just playing. So flat Earth has always intrigued me because I've always wondered, why do people believe in this stuff? Why do people think flat Earth is a good thing to stand on that hill and die for? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why flat Earth? I have a theory that basically I'm going to hold on to until I'm told otherwise. I think that the people who preach flat earth and that are actually real about it, who actually think that flat earth is a real thing, these are the people who just don't believe anything the government says, unless it benefits them. And hear me out before you lose your mind. There are a lot of things that we do that the government says we have to do. And a lot of people just don't even know that the government said we had to do it. For example, schools have to teach reading to kids. You learn how to read from those same teachers that you choose not to believe in science. And you say, okay, well, the globe isn't real, but I do believe that's how you're supposed to read because you taught it to me. These are the right numbers because you taught it to me. This is proper math because you taught it to me, but the globe isn't a real thing. Space isn't real. Evolution is fake. There's no such thing as dinosaurs. But when it benefits you, it's easy to believe it. And it just, to me, it just doesn't make sense that that's the path you would choose to go down. Like, why? What's the purpose behind going down that path? Why would you even for a second think that it's cool to go down the path of I don't believe anything you say unless it benefits me? It doesn't make any sense. You sit there with your little flat earth theory, and it's like, I'm not here to belittle y'all, by the way. If you believe in flat earth, do your thing, but I need proof. Real, actual proof. Like I've sat in my chair and I've heard people say there's an ice wall for years now. Where is the ice wall? You say, who's at the edge? They don't let you get close. You don't need to get close. We have telescopes that look off into space and look at details of Jupiter. You know how far away that is? How big do y'all think flat earth is, bruh? Let's go to Google real quick. Hold on. Jupiter is 553 million miles from here. Almost 554 million. We can look in a telescope and see Jupiter in detail. We can look in a telescope and see Saturn and its rings. Saturn is 991 million miles from here. There's no way. What the hell are you talking about? There's no way. What? Hold on. What is it showing? Hold up, bruh. Making me sound like an idiot. So Saturn is... Oh, okay. Saturn is 991. Damn, that's far from Jupiter, bro. What? I guess it has to be, though. They're giants. Uranus, 1.897 billion miles. Neptune, 2.8725 billion. Bruh. We can see them through the telescope. How big do you think flat Earth is that you can't take a telescope and show me the damn ice wall? You sitting here talking about they don't let you go in the boat and go see it. Show me in the telescope where the ice wall is. If it's that far, show me. Because you don't believe in space. You don't believe the sun is out there in space. You think everything right here on Earth. So you should be able to take a telescope and show me the ice wall. Because Earth is big enough for you to do that with. Now, with a telescope, a decent telescope, if you look at the Earth with it, you're really not going to see nothing. It's going to be blurry because it's going to be looking at like the horizon or something. It's not going to see nothing because it's the horizon. You're going to be looking in space is what you're going to be doing. But if there is no space and Earth is flat and there's an ice wall, if you take a telescope and point it side and just point it down at the horizon, you should be able to see the goddamn ice wall there. Or at least a mountain that we think is on the other side of the planet. Something. Show me some proof, bruh. Show me some simple proof on your flat Earth that there's an ice wall. Show me some simple proof that the Earth is flat. You got nothing. You got nothing. You got nothing. Nothing that can't be debunked. Nothing that can't be debunked. Everything you say on flat earth can be debunked, has been debunked numerous times. Different people. Simon Dan debunks it every week. Every week. Flat Earth Fridays, bro. Like, y'all really, you know what I'm saying? My eyes are itching, bro. Oh my God. My cat's been in here, I think. Y'all really out here on some flat earth, just dying on that hill, on that flat hill. Y'all just really dying on it, bro. What is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of that? Why would you want to, why is that the hill? Why is that the hill? That doesn't make... It doesn't make sense, dog. It doesn't make sense, dog. Like, it would take us 8 years to get to Saturn on a spaceship. It would take us 8 years. What? That's a whole different amount. Is 1.2 billion kilometers the same as 991 million miles? Damn. I don't understand kilometers at all, bro. 8 years, dog. Like, bro, that ain't even... To be able to see that with a telescope. And honestly, if we keep it at a buck, when the sun shines on planets in the sky, we can see Venus, right? We can see Venus at night because the sun lights it up. That's naked eye Venus right there. 61 million miles. At its closest is 38 million miles. Its current distance from us right now is 61 million. I bet you I could look up in the sky at night and see it. I bet you I could. Same thing with Mars. 176 million. Bro, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. If y'all can't show me that, if y'all can't show me something, stop saying that Earth is flat, bro. Y'all always talk about we debunked the globe. No, you didn't. Why is every picture photoshopped? Because they're taking pictures in space. The picture ain't going to look that great. So they Photoshop it to brighten colors or to dim colors or to do this, contrast, blah, blah, blah. That's why it's Photoshopped. They're not Photoshopping and manipulating the image to make it look a certain way, shape-wise, geometrically. That's not what they're doing. They're brightening colors so that you can actually see what the camera is seeing. You can't put a flash on a damn camera in space and expect it to take a good lit picture of Earth. That's not how it works. It's space. That's why they photoshopped. It's just to clean them up. I was trying not to be mean about this. But in the docket itself, I wrote flat earth, ... SMH. And I had the desire to talk about flat earth and how stupid I feel it is. I'm sorry to anybody out there who believes in flat earth. If you want to make an argument for flat earth in the comment section right now, I welcome it. But do not get mad if somebody else comes along and slaps your argument and you get ratioed. Don't get mad about it. Don't get mad about it. Just accept it, because I'm accepting your comments in the comments, because I know that y'all ain't, a lot of y'all, some of y'all flat earthers are really nice people. I've met y'all online before, and I give kudos, because my old channel was about conspiracy theories, and I talked about flat earth in a couple videos, and some of y'all were really, really cool. Some of y'all are really cool. Y'all just believe in flat earth and it just blows my mind, but y'all are really cool though. So if you keep it respectful in the comment section, people will keep it respectful with you. But don't get crazy in the comment section and expect somebody not to get crazy back. Don't get crazy and expect people not to get crazy back with you. Show me something. Show me some real proof. Give me a video link then in the comment section. Give me a link to a video that shows me the ice wall. Show me. Y'all always complaining. Nobody's stopping you from buying a telescope. A simple telescope. Nobody's stopping you from buying one. Show it to me. Show it to me. How big is flat earth? Tell me that. If you can't tell me nothing else, how big is the flat earth? What's the diameter on that mug? Let me see if I can Google it. Maybe there's a website out there that's claiming something. Because I want to see. I want to see. Remember, keep in mind that Venus is 61 million miles away from Earth currently. At its closest, it is 38 million miles. We can see Venus with a telescope. We can see Mars with a telescope, 176 million. We can see the moon. How far away is the moon? Let's see the moon. How far away is the moon? I think I know, but I don't want to sound stupid. 238,000 miles. Okay. Almost 239. We'll say 239,000 miles from Earth, right? So if it's 238,000 miles away from us, the moon, which we can see with naked eye like it's right there. Now let's look up how big is flat Earth. Ooh. All these sites are just debunks of flat Earth. Oh my God. All these sites, the whole first page of Google is debunking flat Earth. And I typed in how big is flat Earth. Oh my God. What is the diameter of the flat Earth? Flat Earth in the sun's diameter. Debunk the funk. What? Please don't start playing this video. Please don't. Please don't. I'm not watching 18 minutes of Flat Earth debunkery because I watch some every week. And let me know in the comment section, what's the general, if you're a flat earther, what's the general theory behind how big flat Earth is? And don't try to give me a number that's bigger than what we can see from the Earth to the moon, because I want to know. I want to know for real. How big is it? Because from what I've seen on different flat Earth models, it doesn't look that big. It looks big enough to fit the continents in, and then the oceans on both sides, and then an ice wall around it. I want to know how big it's supposed to be. I want to know how big it's supposed to be. iflscience.com. 7 things that prove the Earth is flat, according to flat earthers. Video for another day. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. If you're a flat earther, please go in the comments and tell me something that I just cannot debunk, that nobody can debunk. Go in the comments and tell me something nobody can debunk and prove to me. Prove it to me that the flat Earth is real. Let me read this real quick, though. Some factions of flat earthers claim that Antarctica is a giant icy wall designed to keep us from falling off our dish-shaped world, or knowing what those sneaky NWO governments are like to prevent us from finding out the hard truth that we don't live on a globe. To back up this theory, they claim that no one has ever crossed the whole continent, which is a lie, by the way. However, people have crossed Antarctica many, many times. There is even the southern pole of inaccessibility, which is the furthest inland part of Antarctica, although its exact location is always up for debate. Here you'll find a Radio Shack, a tiny abandoned Soviet research lab, and a bust of old Vladimir Lenin. Normally, when we talk conspiracy theories, I like to play devil's advocate. This is that one conspiracy theory that I will not do that for. I won't do that for it because I've seen some of the things that some flat earthers do in stores and stuff like that, and talking to kids and just trying to get them to believe that the earth is not round. And it bothers me so much. I hate it. I hate it so much. They walk around claiming that kids are being indoctrinated into the science religion. Meanwhile, they're literally walking around doing the same thing with their flat earth theory. So I don't respect this conspiracy theory. There's not even a good reason for anybody to hide if the earth was flat. If the earth was flat, nobody would hide it because there would be no reason. The flat earth was a theory well before NASA, well before any government in America was formed. Like, the flat earth theory is old as hell. Like, it's not, no. All the reasons they can come up with, stupid. It doesn't work. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. I don't have much more to say on it. I just had the need to say that it's stupid this week. So let me know what y'all think about it, though. That's going to be it this week. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to have more to talk about. More fun topics. Hopefully another heartwarming one if I can find one that I really enjoy reading. We're not going to be talking about the real news no more. I told y'all that at the beginning. And, ran out of air. Oh, okay. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at IMDKTJ. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for listening. Shout out to YouTube, man, for always being the real ones. And shout out to you guys, whoever may start listening soon. And we out.